Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So tomorrow I'm going on a really long travel day. Previous older me thought it'd be a great idea to pick the cheapest flight possible, not thinking about the three-hour layover I would have in Atlanta. So I thought it'd be a great time to talk about airplane food. Or I guess, well, airplane snacks, because we're only traveling domestically. But seeing how my flights are stacked up tomorrow, I definitely will be snacking on the plane, even though I usually prefer to eat before I get on the plane, and we'll get into that in a little bit.
Introducing your nose.
Fun fact, YouTube is not my full-time job, as you could probably guess, because we only have 3 YouTube videos. But during my day job, I'm a flavor scientist for a major company.
That's perfect.
Anyways, many flavors that we perceive as taste are actually smells, thanks to the olfactory system, which is responsible for our sense of smell. So, olfactory receptors are specialized sensory cells located in the olfactory epithelium, a small patch of tissue in the nasal cavity. These receptors detect airborne molecules that enter the nose and bind to them. When an odor binds to an olfactory receptor, it triggers a signal. The signal is transmitted to the olfactory bulb, which is at the base of the brain. The olfactory cortex, located in the temporal lobe of the brain, further processes the signals, enabling us to identify and differentiate between different smells. The brain integrates these signals from the olfactory system with those of your taste buds to create the overall perception of flavor. Furthermore, humans are what we call retronasal, which means when we eat or drink, volatile compounds are released from the food or beverage and travel back up the throat to the olfactory receptors in the nasal cavity. This process is known as retronasal olfaction and is crucial for the full experience of flavor. It allows us to detect the complex aromas of food, which contribute to the nuanced flavors that we can perceive in foods and beverages. For example, the flavor of a strawberry is not just the sweetness, but also the fruity, floral, and slightly tangy notes that you can detect through the smell. Without the contribution of aroma, this perception of food would be much simpler and less enjoyable. Similarly, the smell of freshly baked bread can make the overall experience of eating that bread much richer and more satisfying.
However, when you're on an airplane, there are many factors that can get in the way of this process occurring. For starters, the cabin pressure and humidity levels in an airplane are much lower than when they're on the ground. This can dry out your nose, mouth, and taste buds, which will dull the overall sense of taste and smell, making your food more bland and less flavorful due to the drop of sensitivity.
Now, Jordan will demonstrate what that drop in sensitivity is like by closing his nose and eyes, which will limit his perception of flavor.
Hey everybody, my name's Jordan. I'm Ariel's husband. I'm also usually the guy behind the camera.
Just start by explaining how you remember a strawberry tasting.
Well, to be honest, I've always found strawberries to be a little bit offensive because you bite into one and it's never like a calm sensation. Like I always am like, oh, it packs a punch. It's kind of like, I feel like strawberries are kind of like the Sour Patch Kids of fruit, you know?
You like strawberries, just say so.
I like strawberries for the most part, but they're a little bit like, they want attention, if that makes sense. All right, here we go. Am I closing my eyes right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why am I closing my eyes? I can see when I'm on a plane. Oh, I'm not, okay. This is what I'm talking about. Like even with my nose closed, it's just trying too hard, man. Very fruity, kind of like, there's like a weird aftertaste with strawberries that I don't understand. We're gonna start with a brand new one, only fair. All right, here we go. Oh wow, oh yeah. So much more tart. Very tart, but it's better. Okay, the strawberry is a lot better with my nose open because when it was closed, it just kind of tasted weird. I don't know how to describe it. It was like it was missing some of its flavor profile, and so it just kind of tasted kind of nasty. But like I can actually kind of handle it when I'm just eating it normally because it's like, it's a lot, but at the same time, it's like a good blend between sweet and very fruity and kind of tart and like, yeah, just very tart.
So would you say that there was more tart
100% it's way more tart when
your
you're not.
nose is closed?
When you're not. No. When my nose was closed, I didn't really taste the. Well, maybe. I don't know. Let me try it again.
What was the overall flavor with your nose closed? What was the overall flavor with your nose open?
Okay. With my nose closed, it's kind of sweet, kind of tart. It's just not that good. It's just kind of muted. It's kind of gross. I don't know. It has a weird aftertaste. I don't like it. But with my nose open, it's even more tart, but it's also more sweet. They complement each other way more. It's much better. Much better.
Sensory fatigue can further dull your taste perception, making food less vibrant. The noise, vibration, and even the recycled air inside the cabin can contribute to sensory fatigue. Because of this, I always prefer to wear my noise-canceling headphones while eating on a plane. Traveling can be very stressful and tiring, which will also affect your appetite and the way you perceive flavors. So there are some ways that you can help to mitigate this, and the first one is to hydrate. Drinking plenty of water will keep your mouth and nasal passages moist, so I always like to bring an empty water bottle through security with me and fill it up before I board the plane. Next, choosing savory foods. Foods rich in umami have been shown to taste better and hold up to the conditions on the plane better than other foods. One of my go-to snacks to bring on a plane are nuts and seeds or trail mix. They're packed with proteins and high fats that will keep you satisfied and usually have distinct flavors that will hold up pretty well. Another great option is cheese and crackers. They are a perfect combo because the cheese will provide the savory umami boost that you're looking for, while the cracker will add a carbohydrate to keep you sustained. Protein bars and granola bars are another excellent choice because they are healthy and convenient and will keep you sustained while you're on the go. Once there's security, I love to buy a sparkling water. If you're looking for something fizzy without all of the sugar, sparkling water is a great choice to keep you hydrated.
Other options I personally haven't tried but I've heard are good are like vegetable sticks and hummus, sandwiches, but that one kind of weirds me out, coconut water, tomato juice, and just fruits in general. Oh, and one last tidbit, I definitely would think twice about drinking water or coffee or tea on the airplane because, you know, just like how the air is recycled on an airplane, so is the water. So unless you maybe want to be drinking some reused toilet water, I would think twice. Unless they're using like a bottled water, then you're like totally fine. So by choosing some of these food and drinks, hopefully on your next flight you'll have a more comfortable, pleasant, and yummy travel experience. And we're wishing you all safe travels, and we'll see you next time. Bye!